Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this second day of the very first Canada-CARICOM Summit held in Canada. Yesterday was an outstanding series of conversations, and today will be no different. I'm glad to be co-chairing another meeting with President Irfan Ali. Thank you for stepping up in the absence of the Prime Minister of Dominica, who had to head home because of a storm bearing down on his islands. And to have the chair of CARICOM's Council for Foreign Relations here to moderate, thank you, Minister Johnson Smith. It's always great to see you here. Glad to have Jean Leon from the Caribbean Development Bank alongside a lot of other distinguished guests. Je suis aussi très content d'être ici avec notre ministre du Commerce international, Mary Ng, et le ministre du Développement international, Ahmed Hussein. We've pulled together a fantastic select group of leaders from the business and financial sectors today because trade and investment links are an important way to build on our strategic partnership. On va parler des possibilités économiques qui vont s'offrir au Canada et aux Caraïbes pour les entreprises, les investisseurs et les travailleurs de tous nos pays. We already have strong commercial ties with over $1.8 billion in merchandise trade between Canada and CARICOM last year. Various trade programs make this strong trading relationship possible by providing many Caribbean countries with duty-free access to goods. And we want to grow this trade even more and create more good jobs, so I'm happy to announce today that we'll be expanding duty-free access under the Commonwealth Caribbean countries tariff program to textiles and apparel. And to strengthen the ties between businesses in Canada and the Caribbean workers they employ, Canada is committed to implementing a new foreign labour program for agriculture and fish processing under our temporary foreign worker program. Private capital can also help build up the clean economy in an area with a lot of potential for profit, prosperity, and common good, as well as helping the region achieve sustainable development goals. Things like green infrastructure, smart agriculture, renewable energy, clean technology, and so much more are all areas in which Canadian innovation and businesses are growing, and opportunities to partner with friends in the Caribbean is outstanding. Quand on dit que ces investissements vont apporter des profits et de la prospérité aux Canadiens, on parle de tout notre pays. On est ici pour aider à stimuler les investissements qui vont permettre de créer des possibilités pour les travailleurs et les entreprises au Canada et en même temps pour créer de la croissance pour les travailleurs et les entreprises dans les Caraïbes. Because sustainable economic growth must also make sure that the benefits of growth are felt by people across our economies, which includes making sure that women and girls, 2S LGBTQI+ people, and those of all racialized backgrounds share in this prosperity and are able to build the futures they want. The close people-to-people ties between Canada and the Caribbean make doing business a natural fit. By finding new opportunities and strengthening our existing relationships, we can create great jobs and a better future for people in all our countries. In the conversations we've had over the past days, we've really seen the potential, the opportunities that exist between our friendship and relationship. Now is the time to really dig in on further concretizing and expanding with even more ambition. So I'm really looking forward to this session. But with that, I'll pass it over to my co-chair, President Ali. Irfan.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. This morning, I think one of the important outcomes is to reset the trade and investment button. And we're doing this at the highest level, demonstrating to the private sector here in Canada and our region that we are serious about expanding our trade and looking at investment opportunities in the region, transfer of technology, and integrating our private sectors, whilst at the same time ensuring that the policy framework to support trade and investment is there both from the region and from Canada. And at the highest level, we are demonstrating this commitment. And I want to say that this component of this summit by itself tells the seriousness that we are putting towards trade and investment and the role of the private sector in the reset of our relationship and advancement of the opportunities. But Prime Minister Holness will lead us from the region and will outline the region's strategy and the areas in which we look forward to advancing our work. Prime Minister.
Thank you, your friend. Thank you, your friend, Justin. Colleagues, Canada is, without question, a very important trading partner for the region and a very important development partner. From services, including tourism, to energy, agriculture, there is a strong trading and investment relationship between Canada and the CARICOM region. But I think we can all agree that the relationship can be mutually strengthened, and there is much more to leverage than we are presently doing. There are some inhibiting factors, which I think this summit and our further discussions can help to facilitate greater leverage of the opportunities that exist. One of the constraints would be the need for greater development of our logistics, specifically our transportation. And I think that's an area of development attention and investment interest that we can discuss further within this forum. Clearly, as our economies develop and move more towards services and technological innovation on both sides, but particularly within the CARICOM region, greater investments are needed in our human resource development, focusing on STEM and innovation technology. And I think that this is a great opportunity between Canada and the region to explore how this can be done. But as our labor force change and the demand for new services emerge, we also see that managing our respective labor forces is something that we have to pay attention to. Migration from the CARICOM region into Canada is often seen as a beneficial thing, but as our economies grow and expand, we too need these resources that are migrating. And so I think there is opportunity for even deeper collaboration on how we train and how that is financed and how that is managed, so that the need for workforce in Canada versus the need for workforce in our respective regions can be strategically managed and curated so that there is no fallout. I think it is also important to note that the Caribbean region is investing heavily in developing its financial institutions and regulations to facilitate trade and investment. And so the region is a strong institutional developed region so that we can accommodate investments from developed countries, Canada, and so forth. Outside of that, I think we should express our great satisfaction that CARICOM has been extended. I think this is a platform that we have not used as much as we should, even though it is what is now the main facilitation for trade. I think there's even more opportunity there. And outside of that, I think the bilateral efforts between the countries of the region directly with Canada has to be intensified. So I think with those opening comments and remarks, we could launch off into a more detailed discussion.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister Holness. I will thank members of the media for their attention this morning, and we will see you all later.